comparing Rad Power bikes. What up, YouTube? It's your boy Jermaine back with another video, and I get a lot of comments about my electric bike. Like, a lot of comments. A lot of people want to know things about it, like, little things. How do you like it? How you like, how long does it take to charge? What's the max speed? Like, do you have problems with it? And then I sort of answer all these questions. I've made a couple videos talking about the electric bike, but I think a lot of these people are in the market of buying an electric bike because there are a lot of people right now buying bikes with this whole COVID-19 and this 2020 and all of this, all these things are changing nowadays, and I see a lot of people are abandoning public transportation and they would rather, ride a bike. And even before this happened, I had a lot of people asking me questions about my bike. So let's just make a little video. Let's do a little shopper's guide. So I'm here on the Rad Power Bikes website right here. It's just radpowerbikes.com. Very, very simple. And here we got a bunch of e-bikes to choose from. Let's just zoom in right here and let's take a look at these two. Now, if you look at the bike on the right, the Rad Runner, the one for $1,100. Let's click on the forest. Is this forest green? Yeah, forest green. This is the one I have here. And then off to the side, off to the left, you have the Rad Runner Plus. Now let's talk about the two, and let's talk about the differences, because there are a bunch of bikes to choose from here on the Rad Power website. But let's just talk about these two, because I was talking with a subscriber about the Rad Runner Plus. They were talking about it, and he was telling me some things about it, and I thought I would share with you guys. So the one I have, let's just click on the one I have first here. Now, if you notice, you pay close attention, this one is pretty, it's a pretty basic bike. If you notice, there's no fenders, okay? So if it's raining out, you'll definitely get wet. I definitely recommend having fenders on a fat tire bike because the tires are wider. So it's going to throw out more water. Also, this bike has a standard light. I think this is the same standard light that most of the Rad Power bikes have, so it's not updated. Also, the back rack, it's just a back rack. Now, with the Rad Runner, you could do a couple things on the rack. You could put a child seat on the rack. You could put one of those food delivery nylon bags on the back that Rad Power sell on their website. I'll show you later in the video. You could also put, oh my gosh, you can actually install another seat on the back here. Sort of like the Rad Runner Plus, you can have another seat on the back, and you can have two people on this bike. So you can kind of customize this bike, and this is the reason I went with this model here. It was the cheapest out of all the Rad Power bikes, but I also found that this one could be the most customizable, because on mine I just added more. I just added the fenders and added the different baskets and stuff like that. And I also like the price on this one. But if you also notice, there's no shocks. Okay, and there's also no hydraulic brakes. So I do my brakes myself, and I like to do my brakes myself. I think it's very, very easy to do brakes on this bike. But yeah, this is the Rad Runner 1. I like the green color. Definitely a fan of the green color. So then we're gonna go over back to the Rad Runner, the Plus. So it's $1,600, a little bit more. It's on back order until August. So it's definitely something you guys may want to take note of if you are looking to buy this bike. Now, I think a lot of the people that I'm talking to with this bike, that I'm talking to about this bike, they're not interested in the Rad Runner Plus, just because the Rad Runner Plus this is a two-person bike basically. Yeah, for the most part, this is a two-person bike because it's already set up to handle two people. This bike also has a much larger headlight on the front. It comes with fenders stocked. It also comes with shocks. Whoa, how did I do that? Whoa, well, I guess it doesn't work. Their website doesn't work like that, but it comes with shocks on the front. I don't know how different it would be riding a Rad runner with shocks on the front. Something else I didn't talk about with the regular Rad runner. The regular Rad runner does not have an LCD screen. This Rad runner has an LCD screen. Now, if you do get the cheaper Rad runner, let's say you want to do food delivery with this bike and you don't necessarily want the seat on the back. If you get the regular Rad runner, you can just upgrade and you can just get this LCD as an upgrade. I think it's like $100. So you can you know, sort of still customize the other one more. This one is just a little dolled out a little bit more. Like if you pay close attention to the handlebars, this handlebar is a little bit fancier. Looks like the throttle is a little bit different from the Rad runner that I have. It has a more updated throttle. It has a very, very large headlight. That headlight is huge. Looks like it has a different... Oh, it also has gears. It has gears. Now, this is a huge selling point for a lot of people. This is probably why the handlebars look different to me, because this is probably the shifter for the gears. But gears is very, very important to a lot of people. I don't really care about gears as much. For the past couple of weeks, I've been riding my bike motorcycle style, where I just don't use the pedals at all. I just use the throttle. And I don't mind doing that. But I understand that a lot of people want to pedal a bike, and with big hills and stuff like that, it's really easy to pedal with gears. And also, if you're going up, not if you're going up hills. If you're going up hills, it's easier to pedal going up hills. But if you're going long distances, and if you want to preserve battery, in my case, I have 2 batteries, and I don't really go long distances. Long distances for me is going like 4 miles, and that's like a round trip of 8 miles. So that's a long distance for me. But for some people, maybe a long distance would be 20 miles. And that could be going 20 miles uphill in wind. And if you're going 20 miles uphill in wind, you're going to have to do some pedaling. And if you have more gears, you can save a lot of battery because you can pedal a little bit more. So, and it also has this big plastic protector thingy there. Yes, that's a pretty cool bike. Rad Runner Plus, $1,600. Now, I'm just going to glance at some of the other bikes because they have a bunch of these. They're kind of similar. This is the Rad Rover Step Through. I think Alex, my friend in New York, if I'm not mistaken, this is the one he has. I actually like this bike a lot just because it is a step-through bike. I like step-through bikes because you don't have to throw your leg over. You can literally step through the bike. With the Rad Runner, it's a little bit easier to step through than this one because there's a little bit more room. But if you pay close attention with this bike, it automatically, it's $1,500, $1,499, but it comes with the fenders, which is something that you'll definitely need on a fat tire bike. And then it comes with this, you know, the nice leather seats and the leather handle and, you know, shocks, gears, of course. You know, it comes with the standard bells and whistles. That's just Red Rover Step Through. This is another one I see that's not as popular. This is the Rad Rover. I think if I get a second one, maybe I would get the Rad Rover 5. Yeah, maybe I would get the Rad Rover 5, I'm thinking. But that's another fat tire bike, and I'd probably want to get a small tire bike. This is the Rad Wagon. This is a very, very popular Rad Power bike. I see a lot of these around the city. A lot of these. Very, very popular bike. And for that price, this is this bike's $1,500. Let me tell you guys, this is a really good deal for this bike. This is a really good deal for this bike. Yeah, this is a really good deal. And I imagine right now that with everything going on, this bike is in high demand because, I mean, they're asking for your phone number and your email. Keep me in the know. Like, this bike is in high demand right now. This is the Rad Mini, the fold-in one. I mean, I guess if you want to travel with a bike, this is a good one because you can easily put it in a car. But my thing about an electric bike and traveling with an electric bike, they're heavy, okay? Bottom line, they're heavy, okay? They're heavy. So if you want to travel with it, you can, but once again, they're heavy. This is what it looks like folded up. And it comes with fenders, and this one comes with gears. Pretty much all of them comes with gears, except for the cheaper Rad Rover, the Rad, what is it? The Rad Runner, the one I have, the Rad Runner. Yeah, pretty much all the rest comes with gears. Now this is the mini step through. It's just a different type of step through, and this is a folding bike too. Now, one thing I'm not really pointing out is I'm not really pointing out range, because the range is pretty much all the same on these. They pretty much have all the same motors. 750 watt motor, 45 mile per charge. The only one that's slightly different is the Rad Rover, if I'm not mistaken, or the Rad City. I think there's a little bit of a difference. You can carry, it has a payload up to 350. And I think this one has a payload, it has a different payload if I'm not mistaken. Payload up to 275. So the bigger one can just hold a little bit more stuff, a little bit more weight, but I'm pretty sure they all use the same batteries if I'm not mistaken. Up to 45 miles. Now this is actually one I may consider getting in the future, just because it does have skinny tires. And for $1,500, I would get another battery, a third battery, another charger, and then I would have a bike with skinny tires. And I could, you know, ride one when I'm not riding the other one. And then if I had a friend come in town, they could borrow one of the bikes, you know, and we could go for a ride around town. Now, one of the huge selling points with Rad Power bikes are all the accessories and how you can accessorize your bike. If you want to put like a front rack on the back, if you want to put a front rack on the front, you have to get this front rack here. You have to get it, and I don't really like this black color, so they have this like orange color, which is kind of cool. You have to get this to attach it to like the frame of the bike, like so, like so, and then you can put a basket on top of this, or you can just leave it like this. But I would recommend just putting a basket, just because, you know, your things won't slide off. This is a large platform here. This works for the back. If I was gonna like order a new bike, what I would do is I would just get, how I would trick mine out is I would just get 2 baskets. Yeah, I would just get 2 large baskets. And as you can tell, they're sold out of all of this stuff. Wow. Well, what it is, I'm telling you guys, since this whole pandemic has started, a lot of people have been buying bikes like crazy. And this is the display I was telling you guys about, how you can get the display upgrade. I believe a lot of people just got new displays just because maybe theirs was broken on their bike. But yeah, this one is pretty popular. I can't believe like all these baskets and these delivery bags, all this stuff is sold out. But when you got to ask yourself this question: where does all this stuff comes from? Well, all this stuff comes from China. And, you know, once again, we've been in this pandemic, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of things that it's taken its time to get here and travel and stuff like that. If you get a Rad Runner or one of these fat tire bikes, one thing you might want to consider, this is just thinking outside the box here, you might want to consider getting some extra tires, because your local bike shop may not have tires to fit your style bike, and you know, if you have a flat, you may be, you know, crap out of luck because no one has the same tire. And then tubes, you may need to, you know, grab some tools as well. And I actually need to get tubes for my bike, and the tubes I need are sold out. I don't see the Rad Runner tubes, or I'm gonna have to figure out where to get tubes. And then if you need another battery, now this is something to throw out there, guys. Is very, very important. These batteries, is out of stock now, but it cost about $700 to ship one of these to California. No, it was $650. Yeah, $650. I'm sorry, I said 700. It was $650 with the tax, and then the shipping. The shipping was like, I think it was like $50 or something, and it was only being shipped from Seattle. And the reason why I say this, if you get everything all at once, like if you get your extra battery and your baskets and all that, I believe they include the shipping for free on everything. So that can save you some money in the long run. But anyway, I just sort of wanted to make a video just talking about the Rad Power bikes. Now, if you guys also need like a really, really big bike, like a really, really heavy duty delivery bike that have these these huge bikes, these urban delivery bikes, like, I mean, these are like for real, like straight up like a flatbed bike, and then they got like this truck bed bike for like $6,499. You can get you like a straight truck bed. I mean, you can get the cargo box on the back. You can even get the pedicab on the back. I mean, you can get really creative with these Rad Power bikes. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna wrap this video up. Just thought I would make a video talking about some of these Rad Power bikes. They got some bikes to choose from, put it like that. But thanks a lot for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and peace out, yo.